In the world of hoops, where the bounce of the ball can change fortunes, the New York Knicks have just pulled off a win wilder than a raccoon on a sugar rush. It was as if the Knicks were in a dizzying dance with destiny, and the music was a heart-stopping symphony of swishes and swooshes. The stage was Game 2 of the NBA playoffs. The Knicks, like a high-wire artist, were balancing on the razor-thin line between victory and defeat. Down by 3 points, the clock was ticking, and the 76ers were smirking. But then the unthinkable happened. Donte DiVincenzo, with the coolness of a cucumber in a snowstorm, took charge. His deft hands danced with the ball, his gaze locked on the hoop. The crowd held its breath as he launched the ball into the air. Time seemed to slow down as the ball spun in a graceful arc, then swished through the net, tying the game. The crowd roared, and the smirk on the 76ers' faces faded faster than a snowman in the Sahara. But the Knicks weren't done yet. The final minute was a whirlwind of action, with Jalen Brunson stepping up to the plate. Like a maestro conducting a symphony, he orchestrated the game's final moments, landing key plays that left the 76ers scrambling. His performance was like watching a master chess player, always thinking 3 moves ahead. As the final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read 104-101. The Knicks had secured a frantic win, taking a 2-0 series lead. The crowd erupted, their cheers echoing through the arena like a thunderstorm of joy. It was a wild win, one that will be etched in the annals of Knicks history. And just like that, the Knicks, faster than a New York minute, turned the tables with a wild win. The 76ers, on the other hand, are left filing grievances faster than a grumpy cat files its claws. Now let's turn our attention to the 76ers, who are as upset about the officiating as a British man without his afternoon tea. Imagine the scene: the kettle's on the boil, the biscuits are on the plate, and then you realize there's no milk. That's the level of frustration we're talking about here. The 76ers, led by coach Nick Nurse, have filed a grievance over the officiating in their recent game against the Knicks. To put it in a less basketball-y way, they're about as miffed as a seagull that's just lost its chip to a rival gull. The air in the 76ers camp is thick with frustration, and you could cut it with a knife. Or perhaps a well-aimed basketball. Despite the officiating debacle, it's worth mentioning that the 76ers didn't exactly spend the game twiddling their thumbs. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid delivered performances that were as stellar as a clear night sky. Maxey was zipping around the court like a hummingbird on a sugar rush, while Embiid was the solid, dependable oak tree in the forest of players. But alas, all their efforts were in vain. The 76ers fell short like a giraffe trying to duck under a low bridge. It's a bit like baking a cake, really. You can have the best ingredients and follow the recipe to the letter, but if the oven's not preheated correctly, you're just going to end up with a sad, flat sponge. So the 76ers, despite having more shots than a college frat party, fell short. Now, they have more grievances than a customer service hotline, but hey, there's always the next game, so chin up, 76ers. The ball is quite literally in your court. As we move on, the series shifts to Philadelphia, and the Knicks are holding the advantage like a baby holds onto a pacifier. The New York Knicks, with their recent frantic victory, have taken a 2-0 series lead, making them the team to beat, with key players like Donte DiVincenzo and Jalen Brunson stepping up when it matters most. The Knicks are looking more dangerous than a porcupine in a balloon factory. On the flip side, we have the Philadelphia 76ers, who, despite falling short in the first 2 games, are far from being out of the running. Let's not forget they have Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, who can turn the tables faster than a magician can pull a rabbit out of a hat. With the series shifting to their home turf, the 76ers are hoping for a change in fortune. But as we all know, hope is not a strategy. It's going to take more than a home court advantage for the 76ers to bounce back in this series. The potential of the next game is as unpredictable as a cat on a hot tin roof. Will the Knicks continue their winning streak and move closer to a series sweep? Or will the 76ers pull up their socks and level the playing field? One thing's for sure. The next game is going to be as exciting as a roller coaster ride, with all its ups, downs, twists and turns. So, as the series shifts to Philadelphia, the Knicks are hoping to keep their lead, while the 76ers are hoping to bounce back faster than a rubber ball on a trampoline. With the stakes as high as a giraffe's breakfast, this series is certainly one to watch. So stay tuned, folks, because in the world of basketball, you never know what might happen next. Just like trying to predict the weather in London, it's anyone's guess.